Let's get to it. The best betting show ever. I'm Lawrence Presman. Let's make you guys some money. We got one NBA game, one NHL game, a slate of baseball. We got golf starting tomorrow. We got Joe Raineri and Art DiCesare. Art, let's start right with you, brother. How did the books do last night?
It was a losing night for us.
Yes!
We had one of our big house players come in and really make a whole bunch of bets on the San Antonio Spurs. He was betting them every way you can, putting them in a couple of two-team parlays. He had some Wemby props that hit. So and listen, it happens. If you lose to one of your big house players, a house player is usually a losing player. It's a guy you come in and let maybe fire over limits on what you're taking on certain events. So, hey, it's going to happen every now and again, like a guy like that wins, and we know he's just going to put the money back in place, so we don't sweat it too much.
And it was funny, Art, because you and we did the show yesterday, and we were watching in real time all that Minnesota money starting to come in, kind of pushed it down to what, 9.5? I don't even think it went off at double digits. We started to see a lot of Minnesota love to push it under double digits, but your guy came right in and put it right back to double digits then at that point, huh?
Yeah, he certainly did. You know, he's one of those where he was able to lay 9.5, and you know, it's a sizable enough bet when you get a 5-figure bet like that. You actually have to move to 10, and it's not like, you know, you're going to be the only one out there. We were talking about it all day, how that thing was going half a point here, half a point there. So it was just one of those things.
How'd you enjoy the total last night, Prez? Did you have fun watching that?
Yeah. So I was just going to say, Art. So the run continues. I went 2-0 with my clients last night. Oh my God, it's just been so beautiful. Anyway, I had the over in that game, and I'll tell you something. The last 5 minutes was so painful. I mean, Minnesota could not score layups. I mean, they almost missed a dunk. They just didn't have one. But had they have had one, they would have missed it.
Dude,
and
they were bringing in guys wearing triple digits on their jersey. I'm like, is that 320s? Like, where are they finding these guys to come in and play this game for Minnesota? They were awful they were at 93 points, Prez, for maybe 3 of the final 4 minutes of the game. It was unbelievable.
Right. I was literally thinking to myself, San Antonio is the only team that's going to get this over.
Yes.
Like, we're going to need, I think there was a time where we needed 8 baskets in 4 minutes and then 6 baskets in 3 minutes. And I'm like, it's and they kept going. They weren't even playing ball control time possession.
Correct.
They were just hurling up threes. It was really something else to watch. Gorgeous. So Art, you did not do well yesterday because of the San Antonio situation.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, and it's funny too, because we had things like the Dodgers losing again.
Yeah.
Obviously the Yankees won. So anytime the Yankees win, we always talk about the parlays, but you know, a lot of late night parlays in MLB were going to the Dodgers, who were basically a $3 favorite, and they lost again. So, I mean,
crazy.
The Dodgers just can't do it. Yeah, they can't do anything offensively.
Nope.
So they've been kind of in that.
How'd you do in the hockey, Art? How were the hockey games for you guys?
Yeah, the hockey wasn't bad. Like I had mentioned, we had pretty good two-way action on the games. You know, anytime the Knights win, you lose a little bit to, you know, your local players, but you know, it's not much. Those are guys coming in betting $50, $100, nothing really crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Had the Knights last night, won it in OT. What a hockey game. I'll tell you, man, the hockey's just been sensational. Art, I'm taking it that you guys had a hit on that as well. It was only around minus 152.
Yeah, I mean, you know, always take Knights money. No, you know, no real surprise there. But you know, nothing really ever where, you know, like I said, it's local guys coming in, local people coming in betting the local team. It's really that's really the Knights type of money you take. If anyone really takes a shot in those games, they usually are taking the Ducks because they're getting usually plus money on that.
Right. Okay, baseball, anything stood out to you? Tampa Bay, I mean, Jesus. Is this team going to lose? What's the over and under on them losing a game in the next year?
I said it a week ago. I dropped an F-bomb on them because they never lose.
Yep.
They tried to lose yesterday, and your team couldn't do it.
Yep.
They blew, a 5-0 lead, and they said, we'll win it in extra innings. I mean, they're incredible.
Yep. I took them on the first 5 because I wanted nothing to do with that bullpen. And my God, I was like, oh, they're going to shut them out. Next thing I know, it's a 5 spot for Toronto in the 7th. I'm like, woo, good thing we got out in the first 5, but they pulled it out in extras. So kudos to, don't step in front of a train, man. And that's what that thing is. And so is Atlanta, for that matter. My goodness. Woo.
Guys, hit that like button.
Sharps were on the Cubs yesterday, too.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Subscribe to our channel, everyone. Hit that like button. We are a couple of thousand subscribers away from 250,000 subscribers. We'd like to get there sooner than later. A lot of that has to do with you guys. Thank you for being part of this team. But let your friends know. Let your mom know. Let your dad know. Get your kids involved in sports betting. Let your 8-year-old watch this show. Don't do that. Anyway.
God, no.
Some sharp bets today, Artler DiCesare. Let's start with NHL, brother. We got Minnesota playing Colorado. It's a closeout game. It's in Colorado. Huge number, and it keeps going up. It opened at -110. We're at -210. We're at -224. At some books, the over and under has stayed firm at 6.5. These games keep going over for no reason. I mean, even the last game was a stone cold under that just miraculously, I think it was 1-1 going into the third and ended up 5-2. What do you suggest we do here? What kind of bets are you taking on this game?
Yeah, you mentioned it, Prez. The Avs have gone nothing but up here. You know, we've seen basically we opened them -185, -190. We're now up to over $2. So you've seen like a 20, 30-cent move there. You know, they're betting the 60-minute at -130, -135. Just because of the nature of the line, them being a $2 or more favorite, they're going to be very prevalent today in the parlays, of course. You're going to see a lot of money line parlays that have the Avalanche closing this series out. So I would say that's really, if someone's going to come in and take a real bet on the game and really want to lay something, they might do it in the 60-minute because they can get a way cheaper price than laying over $2. But we'll be rooting for Minnesota just to knock those parlays out.
Fun fact, I try to remember, but Colorado has not closed out a playoff series on their own home ice in 20 years. It has been that long since they've closed out a playoff series at home. So the fans are really, they're going to have something to be excited about here tonight.
But what do you do with that kind of information, Joe? Is that,
I don't know.
me, it's irrelevant.
I prefaced it by saying fun fact. I didn't say, did I not
not
say fun fact?
That's not important. Yes, but I want everyone to know, from my perspective, that stat should not be used in a sports betting environment.
If I was going to spend $500 a ticket, I'd probably want to know there's a good chance of them actually closing it out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they haven't done it in 20 years. Not like they haven't made the playoffs in 20 years.
How many tries have they had in that 20-year period? Keeping in mind, they haven't only won the Stanley Cup once.
Right.
They didn't go on huge runs for 20 years. And they probably closed a few on the road.
When's the last time they haven't made the playoffs?
A long time, God.
Well, that's my point. So they're always in the playoffs, but they never close anything out at home. So, which is just crazy to me. What kind? I thought that was a home ice advantage.
You know, it's so fascinating, Joe and Art. I was thinking about this last night, this concept of home ice advantage. And in hockey, it is so massive. And yet, it doesn't seem to translate. And of all the sports in the world, hockey should give the greatest home ice advantage. And the reason for that, for anybody who doesn't know, is the team playing at home gets the last change. So when you have four forward lines and you put out your fourth best forward line and the home team sees them there, boom, Connor McDavid is out on the ice playing against them. Yep. Whereas when the entity that can match lines and find those mismatches are the home teams.
Yep.
With that said, the home teams do win substantially more than away teams, but in the playoffs, that doesn't happen as much. And you would think that the home teams would have a big advantage, but they just don't.
Hence the fun fact, Art. That was kind
There
of
you
why.
go.
Yeah, we go. Just saying.
Okay, Art, maybe Joe has a fun fact for us on the Cavalier-Detroit Piston game.
Yes, I do.
Ooh, should we
I want to
start
hear
with
what
that?
the Sharps are doing. Come on, Art.
Okay.
Well, I mean, listen, Pistons 4, -4, 212.5. This series has pretty much been, we need the road team every game, and the road team doesn't win any of these games. So they bet the home team like crazy in these games. They lay the 3.5, up to 4. They lay the money line. They put the home team, the Pistons, in this case tonight, in all the money line parlay. So it feels like this series is going 7, and it feels like every game we're going to root for the away team to win one of these games, because that's how they're betting this series.
Looks like Detroit got real public real quick, though, Art, didn't it? Like, real quick
Yeah,
here.
oh,
like,
yeah.
And that's the... now, the total is also fascinating to me, too, because do we drop below 212, Art? Because that looks like where it's kind of been heading, right? Is there something preventing you guys from dropping it at this point?
No, I mean, just the reason we went, and listen, I'm not saying we don't move what we call quote unquote moving on air, where we just move with the market sometimes.
Right.
But also sometimes we want to see a bet.
Right.
Hey, someone bet us. You know, is it someone we respect who's going to bet us one way or the other? And then, you know, we don't mind being a half a point off. It's not like we're 3 points off.
Right.
So sometimes you want to do that as well, where you can say, you know, we talked about this yesterday, Joe, with the price discovery. What's the number they're going to bet this stuff at? So sometimes that happens too.
A great call.
Art DiCesare joining us. Art, let's anything in baseball quick, and then we'll talk some golf if you've had any big bets for the Players Championship.
Well, we got WNBA too. We got some huge games tonight.
Yes.
Huge games tonight.
Mm-hmm. I got baseball and I got WNBA. Let's start with the baseball. Sharps had a rough night last night. The 2 I gave out were blowout losers. They got crushed. Sharps took the Brewers today. They took the Guardians. They took under in the Dodgers, under 8. It's now 7.5. We mentioned the Dodgers just can't score any runs. And the 2 bets in the WNBA, I believe there's 4 games. They bet 2 totals, and they bet them both over. They took the Tempo over 166. It's now 168. And they bet the Aces twice.
Wow.
Over 169.5, over 171.5. Aces now 173. So that's a total that got hit twice.
185.5 for Indiana and Los Angeles tonight here, Art. 185.5 and all these other games, like you said, twice on 170. 185.
Yep.
Is anybody going to play defense in that game tonight? Just curious. Or is Caitlin Clark just going to drop 18 threes? Like, how's that work?
It's the Caitlin Clark effect. When they played Dallas in the opener, that was the first opener where both teams had 100 points. And it just goes to show you, obviously, Indiana wants to get up and down, and they don't play a lot of defense either. So you're going to see some wild totals. And what you see, too, in those Caitlin Clark games, the Indiana Fever games, you see the first halves get bet up, too. Huge.
Yes.
You'll see like 2-3 point moves on first halves. I mean, you know, that's a market you want to keep your eye on when the Fever play their first half market.
Woo.
Art, now can we ask about golf?
Sure.
Okay, what should we bet for the Players Championship starting tomorrow?
Well, when you look at the Players Championship, obviously,
it's not the Players,
Scotty for us.
it's the PGA. We already had the
My
Players.
bad,
Sorry.
the PGA.
Well, it's not your bad, Art, because he threw it out there.
Yes,
and you,
it's my
and you
bad,
Bill,
Art. It's
first
my
one, right?
bad.
Whoever smelt it, dealt it. Just saying.
That's
All
true.
There you
That's
go.
true.
Yep.
Okay.
You look at the odds. Scotty, a huge favorite, 5-1. Your next in line is going to be Rory at 10-1. John Rahm has moved up the board to the third choice at 14-1. Then you kind of have, you know, the rest of the guys who are all going to take some love. Xander Schauffele, 18-1. DeChambeau, 20-1. Tommy Fleetwood, 25-1, has moved up the board. So you see a couple of guys like that. Who else was a pretty high riser? There was a guy, let me find him. Matt Fitzpatrick rose up the board too. Yep. 25-1. He was like 40 or 50-1, you know, when we were right before the Masters. So you saw Fitzpatrick, his odds basically got cut in half.
I don't know. That's tough, man. It's in Philly too, I think, this year. Like, I think the golf course is in is in Philadelphia. Are you getting any Brooks Koepka money at all here? It looks like a lot of guys starting to think maybe he's close if he can get a few putts to drop.
Yeah, Koepka, it's funny. Koepka, and I think we talk about Koepka and Jordan Spieth. They're always two guys who are still names, and people still think, hey, they
Still
can go
bet
and
'em.
win. Yeah, I mean, Koepka's 40-1. It's not like he's 100-1. So Koepka gets a little bit of love. Spieth actually really low in this tournament. This is the highest I remember seeing his odds in a major in a long time. He's actually 80-1.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Koepka obviously a little bit more love than Jordan Spieth, but those are two names that are always kind of up at top as far as ticket count goes. Not necessarily.
He's the only one. I think this is the only major he hasn't won. So I think this is the one that would give him the career Grand Slam. So likely everyone's going to throw a few bucks on him anyway because everyone likes the story, right, Art? Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's definitely how it works.
Yeah.
Here's another market too that we always talk about, which is an interesting play, and it's that first round leader. That's something that gets a ton of love, and you get juicy prices on these guys. Scheffler to be the first round leader is 16-1. If you like a guy like Rahm, you get 25-1. Morikawa, who takes ticket count in that field, 40-1. You look at a guy like Hovland. Where is Hovland?
He always starts hot, that guy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He's the fader of faders. I will lead with the first two rounds and still miss the cut.
And shit the bed on Sunday or Saturday, one or the other. Yep.
55-1, Prez.
What?
Wow.
For your guy, Victor Hovland.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, he's got a hell of a woman too now, but let's move from that. Art DiCesare joining us. Art, I got to ask you a question. I need you to put your Westgate hat on, okay?
Oh, do we have a hat?
Okay.
All right.
So, I was on Puck Time on Monday, and I was being humble. I was telling everyone that I was on an 18-3 run in the NHL. I was 18-3 in the NHL. My playoff record in the NHL, 18-3 on Monday. And a gentleman, Tony Batello, writes, Prez, your picks are trash.
Oh,
you don't know
rude.
puck.
Rude.
You don't know puck. Who cares about
you don't
that
know
stuff?
Puck.
Yeah, not at all. One good run. By the way, I'm the number one NHL expert at WagerTalk the last 2 years in NHL. Long story short, he would like to bet a lot of money that my 18-3 run turns into a 20-15 run real soon. Now, I'd like to make that bet. So, Art, I ask you, I will send $10,000 to the Westgate. If Tony, Big Mouth Tony, would like to send $10,000 to the Westgate, would you, as a third-party governed institution, hold both our monies and hand it out to the winner? Because I'll give him 2-1 odds on that, only because he's so miserable in life that he has to insult people to make himself feel better. So I'm prepared to give him 2-1 odds that my 18-3 will not be 20-15. And strangely, I won last night. So now I'm 19-3. But Art will ignore last night's win. We'll give it to Tony.
Well, but let's say, so you're talking about the next 14 bets, you'd have to go 2-12, right?
Yeah. I will give him 2-1 odds. He did not ask for 2-1 odds, to his credit, but I will give him 2-1 odds. I'm prepared to send you 10 grand. I will wire it. If Tony will do the same, if you're watching, I will take that bet. I appreciate you offering it. Will you put your money where your mouth is? Because I will, Art. I will get you 10 grand today.
Well, let me ask you this, Art, though, because we're going to give you a head start. Those of you watching right now, who would take that action? How many of you want in on that here? Prez going 2-12 over his next 14. Would you be for it, or do you think that he might actually, I don't know, win 3 out of his next 14 games?
Keeping in mind, I already won one of them, but I'm giving it away.
Yeah, so
But you're not counting it, okay?
Right.
Not even going to count.
All right. Well. First of all, listen. This sounds like something that you and Tony need to figure out as gentlemen.
Well, I need to find a place that will hold our money, dude.
All right. Well,
through DMs and all that. But listen, as far as like sanctioning this or governing this by, the Nevada Gaming Institution. I couldn't even touch this if I wanted to.
I'll touch
Tony,
it. I'll touch it. We're good. We got it. We got this here. We got it. Art and I got it covered. We're good.
I'll tell you what, Joe. I will give you 10% just all the money, because all I'm going to win there is $9,000 for free instead of 10.
Sure.
So,
wow.
yeah. So there you go, Tony. If you are watching the show, put your money where your mouth is, brother. Let's do it. I love it. I'm so appreciative that you have offered me that bet. You did say a lot of money. I know 10,000, at least to me, is like what I tip a waiter. But I don't know what a lot of money is to you. So I just picked 10,000, knowing that, well, it's probably a medium amount.
I'm sure he's got to ask his, his mom. If it's basically all right. So,
Mommy,
you go,
Mommy,
Tony.
can I borrow $10,000, please, to bet
only
with the Prez?
Only a 12-year-old uses a lot of money and not an actual dollar amount. So, but that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Parlay of the day. I'm going to go with the Avs in regulation. I'm not going to overthink this play. I think they break the 20-year curse. Art.
I think, listen, the Nationals have been scrappy, and they've been scrappy on the road, but the Reds really need to bounce back here. I'm going to take Lodolo at home. I got to lay 155, but it's in a parlay, so give me the Reds at home.
Joseph?
I'm going to bet a lot of money, Prez, that Kansas City gets one here today back from the White Sox with Lugo on the mound. How's that?
There we go. Oh. And that is our parlay of the day. Art, you hanging with the prediction of markets?
Of course he is.
I'm here.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, Joe, let's get to it, brother.
All right. So, Art, couple of fun ones here that I wanted to get to and get your thoughts on before we dive into the other ones. Let me make sure where they are here. But let's go with... And this is kind of crazy because we were just talking about him here, Art, and yet people are still betting him like it's crazy. National League champion. The Dodgers are still getting 41 cents here to winning the National League when the Braves have, I don't know, the best record in Major League Baseball. And the Cubs have actually been pretty good until they ran into the Braves here. I'm sorry. I mean, are we not fading the Dodgers in every way we can? There's no money in backing them at 40 cents here. I just don't see it, man.
No, I mean, even look at the price that we have, and it just shows you the type of money you take on the Dodgers. And don't forget, too, you can parlay these futures now. So people do that with this. We have the Dodgers at plus 110 to win the NL. There's
How
no
much?
value there. Yeah, plus 110.
Wow.
To win the National League. Then you go to the Braves. The Braves are 9-2, plus 450. You go to the Cubs at 8-1. How about the Phillies? They've been hot. They're 15-1 now.
Yes.
I mean, you have to look at a team like that. I'm not saying go look at the Padres at 15-1. I think they'll eventually fall off. The Brewers are 15-1 as well, but how could you not say go take a shot with the Braves, the Cubs, or even the Phillies now? I mean, listen, you've probably missed it on the Braves.
Yes.
Because the Braves just look like a train who's not going to stop. But, I'm with you. You have to at this point, or maybe go find a place where you could bet the no on the Dodgers.
That, to me, Prez, I mean, that's the whole point of this is that, don't be afraid of the no bet either, because the no bet's got just as much chance of skyrocketing before it's all said and done. And right now, I mean, the yes markets with Atlanta or Chicago, like you mentioned, Philly at 7 cents. These are all viable. And again, we don't need them to actually win anything, Prez. We just need them go on a run.
Go on a run.
Right?
That's it. Go on a run.
That's a huge market there. And the same thing, by the way, with the American League. Only this market is who's going to make the playoffs and across Major League Baseball, which I find interesting because which one of these teams isn't making the playoffs here? Is Seattle making the playoffs because everyone thinks they're already in? Are the Padres making the playoff because they can't seem to hit or beat Milwaukee? I think there's a couple of no markets here that I would start looking to fade because I don't see them actually making the postseason, even though there's extra teams. These are some markets, Art, that absolutely should be looked at.
No doubt. Another team I would throw in there, and ever since they got that Scooble news, Detroit.
Yeah.
It's Detroit. They have taken a nosedive. I mean,
wow.
And I get it. You can work within that division because the division's not good. But ever since they got that Scooble news, it's like they can't win a ball game.
Yes.
I mean, it deflated their team completely. Obviously, the Mets blew them out last night. Detroit is a team I would look to fade, and even look to fade in games moving forward.
Look at the Mets at 25 cents here now. Are we ready to stick a fork in the Mets, Art? Because at 20, like they've started to hit the ball now, right? So
they are.
I don't know. Are the Mets at 25 cents? Can you think we can get them to 40, 50 cents at some point here?
It's possible. They called up another one of their hot prospects, Ewing, last night. You know, give him a little bit of yeah. I mean, listen, they're going to obviously try some things. Lindor, I don't know how long he's out. He could be out for the year, but he's definitely out for a long time. You know, obviously the Mets got to figure out a lot with their pitching. You know, their pitching leaves a lot to be desired. But yeah, I mean, listen, obviously the Mets have talent. They have a ton of talent. You would think Bo Bichette eventually would start to hit a little bit. They still have Juan Soto. Yeah, I mean, who's to say the Mets can't go on a run here?
I love it. And Prez, I got one for you for all of us here before we go, because this has been the big story over the last 48 hours. So LeBron James, all 41 years of age, is about to become a free agent in the NBA, which almost never happens. So the market here is, will LeBron James announce his retirement before the start of next season? He can't go back to the Lakers because he's not under contract. Cleveland can't afford him. So there's not going to be a whole lot of people looking to dole out money for a 42-year-old aging star who can only play, I don't know, 16 minutes a game here. So do we think retirement is coming? Yes. Is 19 cents, or does he make is he like, nope, I'm signing someplace else, Prez?
Well, I'll bottom line this. At 19 cents, there's value there. I'm not taking the no, but I believe the no will be the right answer.
You think the no is, yes.
Yeah, but at 82 cents is just simply too high. So I'm going to skip out on this bet if that's okay. What is the percentage chance of him playing in Toronto next year?
I don't think he's going, but I mean, that's the question, Art. Is he going? The Knicks aren't rear.
The Knicks
he's 42 years old, but he's not. Who is he going to?
He's still playing really good ball. I mean, come on, man. He's like, at least top 50% in the league.
But nobody's going to pay him $50 million.
Well, so how much does he want is a better question, right?
Thank you very much.
Maybe
that's
he's
up to him. He's got to go take a minimum.
But the great thing about this market is, though, right, Prez, the minute a headline between now and next season comes out that he's on the beach, he's really that's when you cash out of these markets. It's all driven by TMZ and and Shams and all this. That's it.
Let's keep an eye on this, because I bet you that 19 is in the 20s next week without an announcement.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Because there's been distance between him playing the last game of the season. So I think the bet there is on yes at
at 19 cents. No would be that he's coming back and he's not announcing a retirement.
I do not believe LeBron James is going to retire quite yet, especially after we watched what Tom Brady did. Anyway, let's keep the show moving, because I got a hard stop in about 3 minutes. I'm on WagerTalk today. There is no NHL rundown today. There's only one game. And I'm passing on it, but I do like Colorado in regulation. We still have to take care of some business as well. We'll leave Joe to do the NBA and MLB rundown by himself.
Oh, wait. How does that work, Art? How in the hell is there one NHL game and you don't have to talk about it, but there's one NBA game, but I got to somehow do a rundown on that?
So screw it. There will be no NBA rundown today or NHL rundown.
I wanted to do it, damn it. I prepared for hours, Art. Horseshit
Yes.
is
Oh,
what
no.
this is. Unbelievable.
Yes. Okay.
Yikes.
Good seeing you, Art.
We love you, Art.
See you boys tomorrow.
Art DiCesare, everyone. Thanks for doing this. Yeah, Joe, baby. It's time for some business. Joe, it's time for some business, and I do have an NBA total up tonight. We won our NBA total last night. I'm currently on an 18-3 all sports total run, and I kid you not, I am 66% in totals since December 1st. This is an unbelievable record. It's a run of a lifetime. I'm supposed to be like, ho-hum, been there, done that. Yeah, I have been there and I have done that, but it doesn't happen a ton when you go 66% over a 6-month period and all you do is cash money, write tickets, break banks, kill bookies. Head over to WagerTalk, grab my NBA total tonight, and I have a 5% tomorrow in NHL. It's up now. I goddamn love it. I won my NHL game last night. I'm on a 13-0 run in NHL and a 21-1 NHL totals run. It's a total. It's up for tomorrow. It's a 5% play. Joe, my brother, I got to run. I got to handle WagerTalk today. It tapes in minutes. You finish the show up. I'll be with you all tomorrow. Lots of love, everybody. Thanks for watching.
All right, Prez. Well, let's do it here. Prez has got a 5% tomorrow, but you don't have to wait for that. You can go get my 5% tonight in the NBA here in this game. Go grab it. Already 3-0 this postseason in our 5% best bets. I've only had, in fact, 32 5% best bets over the last 365 days. In fact, 23-9 on the 73%. But they don't come around often. They've happened 3 times already this postseason in the NBA. And the stars align one more time here. Go grab that play over at WagerTalk.com. 5% best bet already rattled off 4 in a row, by the way. 4-0 here over the last 4 days. So we're going to keep that rolling right now here tonight with that 5%er. In the meantime, do not forget, Prez has got that 5% tomorrow. Now would be a great time to take advantage of one of those, 3-day all-access passes where you get every play, including the 5%. Don't forget Major League Baseball. We hit it again last night with Tampa Bay. We're rolling in that. So for $49, get 3 days of all access, every play, every sport for just $49. Great opportunity for you guys to hop on board there. All right, let's do it. Prez already said, let's go. The NBA, obviously, the best bet is going to be over on my page at WagerTalk.com. Prez refuses to do the NHL rundown, but I will talk some Major League Baseball. Let's start here with the Cincinnati Reds taking on Washington here. Very hard for me to do anything in these games except look at the over. Currently 9.5 here. Lodolo versus Irvin. Irvin is a dumpster fire here. Lodolo, not bad, but Washington done a really good job of hitting against lefties. I still like the over. That game is at the Great American Ballpark. You almost had another no-no last night by Skeens. Keller on the mound tonight. Pittsburgh taking on Colorado. I like Keller a lot here. I think he's very underrated right now in the markets. I think Pittsburgh handles business again. I think the Cubs bounce back with Imanaga on the mound, taking on the rookie Richie, who's also been very good. Miz on the mound for Milwaukee. They refuse to lose, but Christian Yelich back in the lineup now for him. Taking on Michael King. I think this is a great pitching matchup. Here's what I'm going to give you. No run in the first inning in this game here. These two guys have been great. Miz leads baseball right now with strikeouts, missing a ton of bats, and Michael King's been doing a fantastic job. Ohtani on the mound here against Robbie Ray. Are the Giants going for a sweep? I doubt it. I'll take Ohtani here. Detmers against Messick. This is an afternoon game. No point in talking about it. By the time you see it, it'll already be over. Yankees also afternoon. Fried over Bradish. Yankees own Baltimore. Very hard to do anything other than back the Yankees. Tampa and Toronto, Cease versus Jax. Both bullpens have been worked here in this series, especially Tampa. I think now's the time to back Toronto there. I already told you I like Kansas City. I do like Seattle to keep it rolling here. I do like Philadelphia over Boston. I like the Mets over Detroit. I like Miami over Minnesota, Arizona over Texas. And give me some athletics at home to get it done here tonight. And that is your Major League Baseball rundown. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Make sure you become part of that WagerTalk TV family. And again, go get those 5% best bets locked and loaded. Mine is for tonight in the NBA. Prez's is tomorrow at his page. It is already up. It is already available. Don't miss out on these plays, guys. Both of us have been crushing it. No reason to sit out with a 5% best bet on the board right now. Should be a lot of fun here tonight. And that'll do it. Art will be back tomorrow. A lot to talk about. Major championships on the PGA Tour right now. We also have put up or shut up time for some teams. So a lot going on here, and we have got you covered. So enjoy the day, and make sure you come back and join us again for another edition of the one and only show. That is right. It's the best betting show ever. Have a great day. Cash those tickets. We'll see you tomorrow.